High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Friday night hoops in Suffolk County sees a good one. 2 of the top teams in not just the county, but all of Long Island as the Commack Cougars come in undefeated against the Northport Tigers on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm John Perez. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Friday night. It's the rematch. These two getting together earlier in the year was a 33-29 win for the Commack Cougars at Commack, and it was a game in which the Cougars were able to shut down the backcourt of Northport, not really let them get comfortable. As we take a look at our 2 impact players, Sophia Vasselman is the leading scorer for the Cougars. She's averaging 15.8 points a game, and Gianna Solch, the sophomore guard. Those are the impact players for Commack. Well, how does Northport combat them? Well, they've got 2 of the brightest players on Long Island as well. It's Kennedy Radzul and Brooke Kershaw. Kershaw averaging 7.5 points a game, 5 rebounds per game, and Radzul with 15.5 points per game. With that said, both teams now meeting at center court as part of the Score for a Cure initiative, in which, in association with Coaches versus Cancer and the American Cancer Society, players all wearing pink shirts and writing the names of loved ones that have been affected by cancer. So just a great shot over there at half court between 2 of these teams, and meaning that it's more than just basketball and more than just a game, and doing what they can to contribute to a cause. And congratulations, a good job out of both coaches, Rich Castellano and Dave Moran. So all smiles now. You'd have to imagine that's going to change after 32 minutes of basketball, especially Northport needing this game to keep their top seed alive. And with that said, take a look at the keys to the game for victory for both of these squads. For Northport, they're going to want to speed up the game and share the basketball. Got to communicate defensively, because Commack is a team that can switch up their offense on a dime, fill it up. And for the Cougars, they've got to have stable defending against the Tigers, move the basketball, and be ready to adjust. It's going to be a fun one here. The Cougars and the Tigers. As we'll get ready for starting lineups, as Commack will be introduced 17-0. We mentioned the contributions of Vasselman. Well, she was great against Bayshore on Monday, and this was a game in which Commack blew the doors off the Lady Marauders and continue their undefeated season. Commack, never really a good time to lose. If you are going to lose a game, you'd rather it be during the regular season. But of course, they don't want any of the losses coming in the playoffs. With that said, we'll send it down to Northport head coach Rich Castellano, who's addressing the crowd right now.
Not that it needed it, but we created that. And
Good job by the Northport Athletic Department and Rich Castellano for the initiative. Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Commack Cougars that come in, and they're starting 5. We mentioned Vosselman in the open along with Gianna Salch. Well, Haley Lascauso, both coaches were talking about the contributions for Lascauso. Sienna Olivares is a transfer from Christ the King all the way in Middle Village, Queens. She comes home to the Cougars and has made an impact, a big part of why this team is undefeated. And Kate Hathaway, very good down low. The senior forward is getting it all done, averaging north of 6 rebounds per game. And there is Olivares, and Commack, a team that can win both types of games. They can speed up the game, they can slow it down, and really get into their offense. Let's meet the starting lineup now for Northport on the other side as the Tigers get ready. As the Tigers are going to roll out Jill Ryan along with Kaylee Walsh, Kennedy Radzul, and Grace Gill-Martin. So both starting lineups out there. It's going to be a fun one. And we'll step aside when we come back. Tip-off right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Back here at Northport High School, the Tigers trying to even up the season series and hand Commack their first loss of the season. Commack coming in at 17-0, 11-0 in League Two standings. The Tigers on an 8-game winning streak, 12-4 on the year, 9-1 in league play. Rich Castellano in the middle of that huddle, and he said earlier in the week that he knows how good Commack is and that his team has been circling this game on the schedule even before the loss. And he's somebody that doesn't need to motivate this team. It's been one of the most motivated teams, self-motivated teams that he's had in quite a while. And as Castellano's in there, of course, the New York State Hall of Famer as well. There's the resume he's got to boast. And Northport has been the class of Suffolk County over the last few years. 500 wins in 30 years. He's in the New York State Hall of Fame. 21 league championships, 10 Suffolk County titles, and looking for LIC number 7 this year. But he's going to have to go through Commack first in the regular season and presumptively late in the county finals. As both teams head onto the floor, and we're ready for basketball. Friday night in Suffolk County, Northport and Commack. As it'll be Grace Gill-Martin to tap it up with Haley Lascauso. And we get the thumbs up. And we're ready to play basketball here at Northport. And already off the jump, it's a quick tie-up. And we'll do it again. And how about the competitiveness already between these two? Take two. Lascalzo and Gilmartin, and this time it's controlled by the Tigers. Kennedy Radzul averaging 15.5 points a game. She's going to be a focal point for the Commack defense today. The leading scorer now gives way over to Brooke Kershaw. This is Joe Ryan, only a sophomore. And now Radzul, 8 to shoot. The penetration, Kershaw puts it up, no good. And the rebound cleared by Vasselman. Vasselman, a player that does a little bit of everything, has been up on the Commack team since her 8th grade season and controls at the top of the key. Olivares, the transfer from Christ the King in Middle Village, penetrates inside, and the shot no good. And one and done go the Cougars. This is Kaylee Walsh coming off an 8-point performance against Lindenhurst Wednesday night. 68-34 the victory for Northport against Lindy. Walsh a three, knocks it down. Castellano said that Walsh has done a fantastic job on the offensive side of the ball, but she's a player that has a high ceiling, and if you give her the space and time and the plays go over to her, she could put up 20 points a game. But there's the knockdown three. Solch, the sophomore, locking it in. Second-year starter, and Dave Moran says, yeah, she could shoot the daylights out of the ball, and is getting involved early on. We're tied at 3. Joe Ryan over to Kaylee Walsh, up top to Kershaw. Kershaw the flip. This is a 2 off the heel. Walsh couldn't sink it. Radzul the floater. That's good. Radzul, a player that has really developed her mid-range game and grown into her body. Better playing shape than a year ago, and she was in great shape last year, but can run the floor well against Vasselman to the cup. And 4 unanswered points by Radzul as the Tigers go up 7-3. Pass intercepted. Gilmartin towing the baseline. Grace Gilmartin, only a sophomore, was brought up as a freshman last year, got a ton of experience. And a big piece to the offensive game for Northport and contributes defensively as well. Kershaw tracks it down. Olivares the assignment. Ryan and Vasselman will pick up her first, and her first foul of the night. And a quick timeout taken by Northport. Well, we talk about Northport being the class of Suffolk County. And you just look at what they've been able to do the last couple of years, and there's no team in League 2 that has won more than Northport, but it's just a matter of winning those championships, something that they're trying to do in the county title since the 2019-2020 season. Runner-up each of the last 2 years, and even in that truncated pandemic COVID year, still won 5 of 8 games. And it was a runner-up in county play. Tigers by 4. Kershaw to inbound from under the basket. One of 5 seniors on this varsity team. Going all the way into the backcourt, and Ryan will track it down. Gilmartin. Cross-court pass. Walsh lets it go. Can't get the bounce. Salch tries to save it. She does. Good effort by Salch, but it goes right into the hands of Gilmartin. Fresh possession for the Tigers. Walsh unleashes a 3 and hits. Kaylee Walsh with 6 of the first 10 points for Northport as they go up 10-3. Olivares across the timeline. Feeds baseline, reverse layup, no good by Kate Hathaway. Radzul galloping into the front court and will slow it down. Walsh. Radzul, she'll try a 3, dials it in. It's raining threes for Northport. It's their 3rd triple of the quarter as their lead balloons to 10. Miscommunication, Vasselman overshot Olivares, and Commack's seen enough. Dave Moran is talking it over with his team, and Commack trying to stay undefeated this year. This is what they've done over the last 4 years. Quarterfinal appearances the last 2 years, 6 wins in the other season that a lot of people are just hoping eventually will equal out the record books, and then 14 wins in the 2019-2020 season. And the 2 programs that have not met a lot in the playoffs, but have met a lot late in the season to impact those playoff seedings. And both coaches with nearly identical conversations this week, saying we can't take it for granted. We know what's at stake. Moran says that he loves that the team's undefeated. They don't even talk about it, which I think that's just the message from their head guy. But hard not to talk about staying undefeated when you're 17-0. This isn't a 5-0 team. Vasselman into the front court. And now Solch passes it right back. Radzul gets the assignment on her. Weaves inside to the basket. Layup too strong. Radzul cleans it up. Halfway home in the first. Walsh already with 2 threes today. Looking for a 3rd. You betcha. It's the Kaylee Walsh show in the first quarter. Tigers come roaring out of the gate. Solch. Good ball fake, slips it underneath. Olivares denied. And then a foul afterwards. A check that, a jump ball. And it'll stay on that end in 30 to shoot. So good job by Olivares to stay with it after the missed runner. So now something's going on at the table, just making sure the substitution is correct. And now we're all set. Olivares to the corner. Solch lets it go with 14 on the ticker. She hits. Solch only a sophomore, and their first substitution of the evening. It's Ava DeMarco, the 5-foot freshman. Kershaw off on the jumper, trickles out of bounds, and will stay with Northport as Mia McBrien, the sophomore, the last one to touch it. Catch and shoot, DeMarco. Can't splash it in, air ball. Olivares in stride. Too much for her to handle. And here's Walsh up the floor to DeMarco. Flipped inside, Radzul off the fingertips and out of bounds. Better transition defending by Commack. They try and cut down this 10-point lead. Olivares goes right at DeMarco towards her bench. McBrien scoots it back. Vasselman against this 2-3 zone. Olivares, a wing 3 off the heel. And a whistle afterwards. On the illegal screen, Mia McBrien picks up her first and the team's second. This is Gil Martin. Traveled. Happy feet for the Tigers. Fosselman, the 3-year starter, came up as a freshman and has just dominated Suffolk County. Here's Mia McBrien, the flip and the foul. And the sophomore will head to the line. For the first personal on Northport. That will go to Kennedy Rads. No, check that. That's going to go to Grace Gilmartin, her first. And here's McBride, who's been starting to see major minutes with Maya Khan out. Maya Khan, averaging 13 points a game, has been on the shelf, and Dave Moran hopes to have her back for the for the playoff run. Currently on the bench. Still has the brace on her right knee. Said initially when she got hurt, was hoping that she would come back for the Northport game, but the injury bug and the basketball gods had other plans. Final minute and a half to play in the first. It's been all Northport. They led by as much as 13. Thrown into traffic, Radzul can't pick it up. Good job by Lascalzo, but then a whistle and a foul. So that's going to go against Lascalzo. Her first, and the team's third. Radzul, hook shot no good. Solch clears to Vasselman. Solch running start. Slips underneath, and a nice finish, but McBrien couldn't lay in the bunny. Radzul to the wing. Walsh, another three? Not that time. Battle for the loose ball, and Commack picks it up. Commack's been playing without Kate Hathaway, so a smaller lineup, but Hathaway goes to the scorer's table as Olivares puts it in. And Sienna, the senior, with her first bucket of the contest. Northport's leads down to 7. Radzul trying to feed Walsh, gets double teamed to tie up. Good defense by Solch. Force the held ball, and Northport to inbound it. Hathaway comes in to defend. And out to the wing, 10 seconds to shoot for Northport. Three seconds. DeMarco lets it fly. Air ball. And it'll be a shot clock violation. And Commack can hold for the final shot. 7.1 seconds to go in the opening frame. Here's Olivares racing into the front court. Olivares gives it. Hathaway a three at the horn. No good, out of bounds. And that'll do it. Northport storms out to a 13-point lead. They take a 16-9 lead. Going into the second quarter, you're watching Suffolk County girls basketball on your home for all New York sports, the Varsity Media.
This is Jalen Brunson, you're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
back to Northport High School as the hometown Tigers with a 16-9 lead over Commack. Take a look at the standings here in League 2 of Section 11. Commack, with a victory today, would of course go to 18-0 overall, but that would make them 12-0 and have a 2.5 game lead over Northport. So that's why this game is so important for the Tigers, because they've got some separation between Northport and Commack trying to surface up in the standings. And not a lot of basketball remaining for both of these teams. Only 3 games left for Northport and 2 left for Commack after tonight. And so now an accounting error at the table, as Castellano talking to the bookkeeper. And now the universal sign for everything's okay. And so Vasselman, who was held scoreless in the first quarter, starts it off. Lascalzo also scoreless. In fact, Gianna Solch has 6 of the 9 points. On the intercept, Ava DeMarco scurries up the floor and slows it down. Over to Walsh. She was the star in the first quarter. 9 points, all of them coming from downtown. Walsh, the pull-up air ball. Scalzo was waiting for it. Here's Olivares driving baseline. She traveled. And so another turnover for Commack as they're starting to pile up. Brooke Kershaw, 5'8" senior, 3 years on the varsity team. Radzula jumper, too strong. And Hathaway clears to Vasselman. Underneath, layup doesn't fall, and the lids have closed for Commack. Lascalzo misfires, and Northport takes over. New Tiger is Izzy Bika. Can't knock it in. Bika, only a junior. She's a three-point shooter off the bench. And Castellano says when she's in a groove, there's nobody better. Vasselman fouled on the J. As Razul is going to pick up her first personal. And so Vasselman heads to the line. Been with the team since an 8th grader. Of course, you take out the COVID year. But starting since her freshman season. And Moran said that he never realized how good of a passer she was. It was an underrated skill for her, which you would think as a point guard would be your top skill. But he said that she's such a good combo guard that there are times where she could take over stretches where she's not starting the offense, but she's finishing it. Bika saves it from going out of bounds, and a fresh possession for the Tigers. 10 to shoot towards the baseline. Will stay with Northport, 10 to shoot. Joe Ryan subs back in for DeMarco. Ryan to Kershaw. Ryan tries to weave inside, has a pocket picked. Solch up ahead and slows it down. Vasselman and Radzul. Little give and go action. Lascalzo to the cup and a foul. They'll get Bika with her first personal on the push. And here is Lascalzo. Moran says, quote, she's the hardest working player on the team, gets every 50-50 ball and just gets after it on both ends of the floor. Multiple times this year that she's finished with double-digit steals in a game, and going to take her talents to Cortland to play soccer at the next level. Misses both free throws, but the rebound corralled by Hathaway gives a new possession to Commack. Still not able to put it in. Vosselman's bank shot's no good. Back out, and Olivares tells everyone to take a breath. Vosselman picks up her dribble. Olivares gives it right back. Over the head of Salch, and another turnover. It's now the 7th turnover for Commack. Bika to Radzul with space. So 1-3-1 defense for Commack. Kershaw drives inside, too strong. Lascalzo with the board. Outlet up ahead, Salch thought about firing. Step back three, no good. Lascalzo underneath with Bika, who out-muscles Lascalzo, and that's something that's very easy to do. Ryan skates up the sideline and now gives way to Radzul. Chloe Mayer. All-league volleyball player is Mayer, wearing 10 in white. Bika off on a three. Collects her own miss, 10 to shoot. High off the window. Not that time. And here's Lascalzo, gives it up ahead to Vosselman, who will slow it down. Been tough sledding in the second quarter for both of these teams offensively. Trying to break the ice. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Nice backdoor cut. Olivares to finish. Olivares is averaging 8 points a game. She's got 4 in the first half. Bika's calling for it. Kershaw calls her own number and one. Good head fake by Kershaw, getting to the basket.
Way to go, Brooke.
As the foul called against Kate Hathaway, and we'll take another look. Watch Kershaw, Bika's calling for it. Fakes that way, and then with Radzul being used as a decoy, Kershaw gets the end one. But misses the free throw. Just like that, Commack has cut the lead down to 5. Vosselman. Steps into a three. Can't stick it. And here's Ryan. Whistle on the entry pass. And it'll be Lascalzo's second. And so a nice ovation for Chloe Mayer, who comes off, and Lascalzo's going to stay on with 2 fouls. As Kershaw looks to fire it in. Rifles a pass up top to Ryan. Cross-swing pass, Kershaw. Coughs it up, and here's Vosselman. Olivares knifing inside and picks up or draws the foul. And Olivares will head to the free throw line. First personal on Ryan. Lascalzo heads to the bench. And Lily Pettit comes on. As Olivares sinks the first free throw. Well, one more free throw makes this a one-possession game, which is night and day compared to the hot start that Northport got off to. Either way, still a 4-point game, but nice save underneath by Mia McBrien. But it skips off the hands of Alana Svensson. Radzul gives off underneath. Kershaw blocked from behind. Good defense by Olivares. And here's Pettit up ahead. Vasselman. Olivares, the drive and the foul. Well, Olivares doing a real good job going up the Northport front court. And so I'm getting Kershaw to pick up her first personal. We'll take another look at just the speed of Olivares. Slips past her defender, drives inside. And so the Northport bench felt that was not a foul, but either way, Olivares with one more free throw. Tickles the Twilon, and 18-15 the score. The Cougars not much closer to a comeback. Haley Gilmartin on the floor for the Tigers, wearing number 5. Kershaw, nice slip underneath, can't finish. Commack's outscored Northport 9-2 in the second quarter. Olivares. Picked up by Haley Gilmartin, the older sister of Grace Gilmartin. Haley, a junior. And here's Vasselman. 5 to shoot. Tries to find it underneath. Bodies go to the deck. Northport comes up with it. Here's Ryan. Ryan with some numbers. Good ball feed and lays it in. Crafty veteran move by Jill Ryan as she scores her first hoop of the contest. And the lead back up to 5 for the Tigers. Svensson bounces it over. Pettit. Catch and shoot. Vasselman cans the 3. Only a matter of time before Vasselman gets on the scoreboard. There's a steal by Commack. And immediately taken back on the active hands by Haley Gilmartin. Kershaw, the drive inside, denied. McBrien with a swat. 10-second differential between game and shot clock. And it'll stay with Commack. 21 to shoot, and Gianna Solch comes in for Pettit. Up top, here's Solch on the wing. Olivares. Nice flip underneath the finish. Svensson. And we're tied at 20. 10 seconds to go in the half. Radzul. And a whistle halting play. And so 5.4 seconds to go in the half. That last foul against Solcher first. Kershaw over the hands of Gilmore in 3 seconds. It's taken away. Vasselman throws it up at the buzzer. No good. And that does it. We go to halftime, tied at 20 as Commack has come all the way back. They'd outscored the Tigers 11-6 in the second quarter to tie this game up at 20. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll analyze the first half and get you ready for the second half on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
We welcome you back to Northport High School. We're tied at 20, Commack and Northport under the lights here. Always under the lights because we're playing inside, and it doesn't matter if it's day or night. The lights will always come on. Well, the lights were shining bright for Commack in the second quarter, as they got it done offensively. They trailed by 16 at one point in the first quarter and managed to tie it up as we get ready for the start of the third quarter. And now Northport and Commack switching hoops and ready to go. Commack trying to keep this undefeated season intact, 18-0. Northport trying to extend their winning streak to 9 games. In the corner, it's Radzul. Kennedy Radzul with 7 points in the first half gives way to Kaylee Walsh. She had 9 points in the first quarter. Radzul, that's a 3, can't hit it. And one and done goes Northport. Gianna Solch had 6 points in the first half. Vasselman with only 3. Sienna Olivares was the one that was getting it done. And she had 7 as Vasselman connects from downtown. Second triple of the contest for Vasselman, and Commack takes its first lead of the game. Radzul trying to drive baseline and goes up top to Kershaw. Radzul with some space. Not that time. Nice look underneath McBrien for the deuce. Only a sophomore, and we mentioned the extended playing time she's been getting over the last few weeks with Maya Khan out. Well, was known more for her rebounding and defensive skill, but when she can contribute on offense, there's nobody better. Radzul, double teamed and trapped in the corner and gives it up. Here's Walsh. Kershaw, the floater, book it. Kershaw with 4, a player that doesn't show a lot of emotion but commands the respect of everybody in the locker room, a leader by example. Commack with a 3-point edge. Here's Olivares, the drive. Not that time. And skipped back out. Solch, the pump fake. Step back 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Lascauzo. Over to Vasselman. Second chance, Olivares. No, ma'am. Kennedy Ryan springs out of the pact. She's so spry, and underneath. That's Radzul. She's got 9. Fosselman, a foul on the floor. Second personal on Radzul. Good head fake. Step back three. Fosselman connects. Check that. They're going to say her foot was on the line, so it's only a 2. So she's got 8 herself. The lead up to 3 for Commack. Back the other way. Northport can't find the bottom of the cup. And Fosselman will slow it down. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Fosselman slips it. Olivares. Pass deflected by Ryan. Gonna travel. Fosselman called for happy feet. And then Northport takes over. Three ball. Not that time for Kershaw. Olivares. And we'll slow it down. And Olivares. Dave Moran says she's the sweetest kid. Cheer on her teammates. And, you know, one of the things about transferring back to, even though it's your hometown school, it's about gelling with your team. And she's fitting like a glove with 5 on the timer. Connects on a 3. Largest lead of the night for Commack as Olivares pours it in. And the Cougars up 6. Olivares, head of steam. To the basket, left-handed layup, no good, but a foul. Kaylee Walsh picks up her first personal. Team second, and a timeout taken by Northport. Now let's take another look. As Olivares doing a good job getting to the line and drawing the foul, and Commack is really starting to dictate tempo. And as Commack starts to look at the end of this game and trying to keep their undefeated season intact, if they were to win tonight, well, regardless, this is who they have the rest of the way. Lindenhurst and then at Sachem North. This is probably the biggest hurdle tonight. No disrespect to Lindenhurst or Sachem North, just the ease that Commack had the first 2 times that those two met. And there's Dave Moran. A great job with the team and trying to keep this undefeated streak intact. Meanwhile, Northport on the other end. Rich Castellano trying to rally his team back into it. You'd have to imagine the advice is do what got you here. And there's Olivares, who will head to the free throw line. And 2 free throws for Olivares. Off on the first one. Both teams struggling at the charity stripe. For 2, offensive rebound, McBrien. Saved by Olivares, but Ryan was there to pick it up. Good pursuit by Ryan. The drive, Grace Gilmartin puts it up and hits. First points of the contest for Gilmartin. Second-year varsity member. As Castellano says, she's a very steady player. Doesn't get too high or not too low. And right into the breadbasket of Ryan. Back the other way. Walsh, a whistle, and a travel. Olivares up top, Vasselman. Nice find underneath. Solch, not that time. A lot of contact, no foul. Flipped up ahead, Radzul. Drives baseline, the floater, and a whistle. And Radzul will head to the line. Radzul doing a good job getting some separation, head fake. And she was able to draw the foul. $10 points for Radzul. And make it 11. Commack's lead down to 2. Vasselman can't connect. McBrien, boy, McBrien's been tough to box out against. She commits the foul. It's going to be her second personal. And then Commack second of the quarter. Ryan the handoff. Pettit. We'll stay with the Cougars, 22 to shoot. Ryan, only a sophomore, lets it go from the top of the key, off the mark, can't bank it in. Olivares quickly ahead, Vasselman. Step back three, grazes the rim. Fight for the loose rebound, and there's McBrien again. Moran said that she's a tremendous rebound, and I think that that's the right word to describe what she's done down low so far for Commack. Misses the layup, but it stays with the Cougars. Lascalzo, Olivares from the wing. No good, and here's Ryan. It's a 2-on-2. Ryan flipped up ahead. Lascalzo can't put it in. Commack still in front. Lascalzo, the bounce, Solch. Olivares, mid-range jumper, no good. And another rebound for Commack. Vasselman, the floater, uses the glass, no good. Under a minute to play. For Northport, you'd love to rebound, but for Commack, with so much time, you have to eventually score. And the Cougars come up empty. So Northport's defense holds strong. And with 40 seconds to play, a chance to tie or take the lead. Radzul. Grace Gilmartin slips it to Radzul. A tie-up with Vasselman. And a held ball is going to give it to the Cougars. Julia Huxtable comes on for the first time this evening. .25 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Cougars have outscored the Tigers 10-8 in the quarter, and now make it 12-8 as Lascalzo scores her first 2 points of the contest. 4-point edge. Jumper, not that time. And Solch, gotta love the hustle, but lands out of bounds. And so Northport with possession, 2.3 seconds to go in the third. Flipped in, DeMarco. The three, no good. And that does it. 3 quarters in the books. Commack with a 4-point lead over Northport. You're watching Section 11 girls basketball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein. You're watching Varsity Media.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back for the start of the fourth quarter. As Commack with a 4-point lead over Northport, and Northport, they're struggling to rebound in the third quarter, although it didn't burn them as much, only outscored 12-8. And Commack getting it done on the board, specifically Mia McBrien. Had 4 offensive rebounds in the quarter. Only a sophomore, but McBrien getting it all done on the floor for the Cougars. And 8 minutes separating Commack from its 18th win of the season. They would stay undefeated. Northport, on the other hand, an 8-game winning streak. Trying to extend it to 9 and hand Commack its first loss and a travel. On the wing, here's Vasselman. There's a travel by Olivares. And so now Northport takes over. (33-29) was the score in the first meeting between these two. And so you have to imagine this score at least will be a little bit better, as Vasselman nails the 3. She's got 11, and Commack goes up 7. Huxtable, not that time. And a whistle down the other end of the floor as Vasselman took a second to get up the floor, and then so stoppage of play. And now Commack resumes. Vasselman a 3. Not that time. And underneath, it's McBrien again. And she draws the foul. That's going to go against Gilmartin, her second. Olivares to trigger it in. She's been playing like the player of the game so far for Commack. All right, she's got 7 points, 5 rebounds, and now the jab step. Three ball doesn't fall, but it goes right to McBrien. She draws the foul, and will head to the line. And a timeout taken by Northport. And we'll take another look at the foul underneath. Good positioning by McBrien. And able to draw the foul. And so while we have a break in the action, I'll have you know what we have ahead on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Ton of basketball in the month of February. This Sunday, boys action, St. Francis Prep at St. Raymond. And then next week, Tuesday and Friday, a couple Catholic League school games, St. Dominic at St. John the Baptist, and then Chaminade against Holy Trinity. Followed by Baptist and Chaminade, and then Chaminade at St. Anthony's. Varsity Media will be the home for the Catholic League final on Long Island. And then, of course, the playoffs, starting from quarterfinals on in New York City. Yeah, McBrien, only a sophomore, but has been incredible down low. And a timeout taken by Castellano. And we'll take it with him as well. 6:06 to go in the fourth.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
We welcome you back to Northport as Commack starting to open it up. They lead by 8. Rich Castellano trying to freeze Commack's Mia McBrien at the free throw line, using a full timeout. And now action will resume. Commack has come out swinging in the second half and has outscored Commack 16-8. As here's McBrien. And a lane violation down low. And is going to be called against Gianna Salch. So Northport will take it, and they'll take possession as well. DeMarco races into the front court and gets it back from Kershaw. On the wing up top. Radzul slips underneath, can't finish the bunny. And Vasselman can afford to slow it down. Vasselman the handoff. Lascalzo. Six to shoot. Olivares kicks it. Solcha 3. Air ball. Up ahead. Here's Radzul. DeMarco. The skip. The 3. Walsh. Off the mark again, and the lids have gone closed for Northport in the second half. Olivares 1v1 with Walsh, taken away. Radzul turns a shoulder, denied. McBrien again. Olivares, foul on the floor. Go against Walsh, her second. Team's third of the fourth, and here's Olivares to inbound. Fosselman. That's a turnover. A little too close on the end line for Olivares. Radzul. Lost it again. This Commack defense has been swarming Northport. And a timeout taken by Commack, and we'll take it with them as well on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
3:50 to play in the fourth quarter, and Commack with a 36-28 lead. Not sure what happened in the huddle. I think that assistant coach thought that it was a bug and didn't realize that it was just her banner, and pretty much scared the entire huddle. Olivares to fire it in. Olivares off the screen, trying to get it to Vasselman, and Radzul read it well. Drives the lane, left-handed layup is good. There's the bucket that Northport desperately needed as Radzul now with 13 points. Vasselman. And Radzul on the check. It's number 3 for Kennedy. Olivares. McBrien. 8 to shoot. Olivares, jumper, no good. Gil Martin the rebound and a foul. Once the Northport takes over. First personal on Olivares. Radzul, spin move, left-handed layup, yes, and the foul. Here come the Tigers. And Moran's seen enough. He'll call a timeout, and we'll take this opportunity to let you know that Varsity Media is the home for the Section 8 playoffs, and to watch those games, you have to go to varsitymediapass.com to place your order now. So get on Varsity Media Pass. And, of course, we don't know the matchups, but if you have a league that you like to follow and want to see the final there or semifinal, Varsity Media Pass is the place to be. So one more time, varsitymediapass.com to place your order. Commack once had an 8-point lead. And now the lead down to 4. As you knew, Northport would start punching back. And so second time this year that Commack's been battle tested this late in the ball game. Kennedy Radzul to shoot her last free throw. And missed it. Long rebound, Olivares is there. Commack can afford to be patient, especially with a 35-second shot clock. Fosselman off the window and in. And Baker's dozen for Fosselman. Radzul, not that time. Underneath. And another whistle as Northport will have another track at it. And so Gilmartin to shoot two. Both teams have struggled at the free throw line. And those plights continue. Second free throw, off the mark. And Svensson gets the rebound. If you're Northport, maybe you think about fouling. You have 14 fouls. Olivares slips. Take it away. Radzul. Left-handed layup's good. Lead down to 4 once more. Fosselman races into the front court. Olivares. And a slap by Walsh. That's her third. And it'll send Commack to the line. So already a 2-possession lead. And Olivares a chance to expand that lead for Commack. Olivares hits the first. Not that time for Olivares. He's 1 of 2 at the line. 70 seconds to go in regulation. DeMarco in fourth gear to the basket, swirls it in. DeMarco with her first bucket, showing off that soccer speed. It's a 3-point game. McBrien. High pass towards Olivares. And a timeout taken by Commack. Talk it over. And it'll be a full timeout taken by the Cougars. And so this is what we have to look forward to for Northport. Sachem North on the road, and then North Babylon at home senior night before taking on Copeg. Day before Valentine's Day, and Northport trying to extend this winning streak to 9 games and try and end the regular season on a 12-game winning streak. They've got their work cut out for them. 45 seconds to go in the fourth. Commack possession, and both teams with a pair of timeouts remaining. As you look in the huddle of Northport, and for Castellano, you're probably thinking trap and then foul. You don't necessarily have to, excuse me. You've got 14 seconds left on the shot clock. You can trap, but you don't have to foul. Although with the way that Commack has been shooting at the free throw line, it's not the worst thing in the world, regardless of who you put there. For Commack, it's a matter of getting the ball in, and they know that they've got 2 timeouts remaining. Olivares in front of her own bench. Kickball. 11 to shoot. Here's Olivares. Fosselman. 7 to shoot. Olivares, the kick out. Solch, a three, in and out. Northport fighting for the rebound, but Olivares gets it. And timeout taken by Commack. And the rebounding once again for the Cougars, stepping up when they need. As Commack takes a quick timeout. Talk it over. And so now it's just a matter of inbounding the ball, and then what's also happening is you inbound it, make sure you get it to your free throw shooter, and put this game on ice. So Dave Moran and his team battle tested and are 22.6 seconds away from seeing the daylight and extending this winning streak to 18 games to start the regular season. Meanwhile, Northport, you commit the foul and hope that Commack misses at least one. You miss both, you're sitting pretty because it's still a one-possession game. A steal, a trap, and then a foul is the order of importance for Northport. And Vosselman is fouled. Lily Pettit comes on for Solch. First free throw's good. This is to make it a 5-point game. Money. Castellano takes a timeout to advance the basketball, and then, you know what, I don't think he wanted his team to inbound, and he wanted the timeout right after the free throw. So it's a matter of getting the ball into the front court and get a bucket, foul immediately. And so the scoreboard says that Northport has 2 timeouts remaining, but it should just be 1. And so it's all being sorted out at the scorer's table. So I think they're going to reset it back to 21.1. Still a timeout taken by Northport, so that's accounted for. And then you advance the ball in front of Northport's bench. Commack, let him score. It's not the worst thing in the world if you give up a 3 or a 2. As Commack headed out to the floor looking for their 18th win of the season. Brooke Kershaw, Ava DeMarco, along with Kennedy Radzul, Grace Gilmartin, and Kaylee Walsh for Northport. 21.5 seconds to go in the fourth. Radzul, catch and shoot 3. That's off to the left. Olivares the rebound, the catch, a jump ball, and Commack takes over. And so Northport not pressing right away. Now they do, quickly thrown into Solch. Trying to break the press and get it across. Here's Vosselman. And Radzul finally fouls with 9.9 seconds to go. As Vasselman will head to the free throw line. And to put this game on ice for Commack. So that'll do it for Radzul. That's her 5th of the contest. So she finishes with 13 points. Vasselman off on the first one. Good game for Vasselman tonight. She's got 13. Her 14th gives Commack a 6-point edge, and Northport will bring it up the floor. 7 seconds to go. Kershaw a 3, and she hits it with 1.7 seconds left. All Commack has to do is get it in. And a whistle. Castellano calls a timeout. So the door is still open for Northport as if they could get a steal. No timeouts left, so it's really just a steal and then put it up at the horn. And so, even though the Tigers have their work cut out for them, you fight to be in this position. So a good job by Northport to put some points on the boards, give yourselves a puncher's chance, and Commack was ready to inbound the ball right away. And that's the presence of veteran leadership by Olivares. But not quick enough as the experienced and Hall of Fame head coach Rich Castellano to call the timeout. Olivares to trigger it in. It's thrown away. Clock winding down. Buzzer sounds. And they're going to wave off the clock. The two officials talk together. It's a jump ball, you would think. If it's a jump ball, it's Northport possession, and then how much time they'll put back on the clock. I don't think anybody had possession at all. So now it's just a matter of putting time back on the clock. And so now Castellano getting an explanation. And so check that. So a timeout taken by Commack. It's a full timeout. And so for that, they'll put 0.3 seconds left on the clock. And I don't even think Moran needs to use the full length of the timeout. He will, but it's really just inbound the ball and touch it, and the game is over. And so Commack back out on the floor. And now Northport looking for a miracle. Commack fires it in. Time expires, and that's it. The undefeated season continues for Commack as they knock off Northport 42-39. Thanks to Sophia Vasselman's 13 points in the victory as Commack improves to 18-0. They are 12-0 in League Two play as Northport has their 8-game winning streak come to a close. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll speak to our player of the game on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Northport High School. The Commack Cougars are 18-0, and our player of the game, Sophia Vasselman, leading the way with a baker's dozen tonight. Sophia, 18-0. Your reaction when you hear such a long winning streak and you guys are that much closer to an undefeated season?
Yeah. Every day, well, we've been in kind of a slump lately. We had like 3 games where we didn't really play our best, so we decided to change the tempo of practice. Every day we came with whatever we had to give. We left it all on the court. We fought for the win today, and we knew that in any situation we were in, we were going to win. We just had confidence. The bus right here, we were locked in, and we knew we were going to win today.
And, you know, this is a Northport team that obviously is one of the top teams in your league, and you know the challenge of coming in. You played them already. What did you learn about them the first time that helped you guys succeed today?
So we know they move the ball around like very well. Kennedy is like a really good player to guard. It's very hard to guard her. And Brooke, we knew that we were going to have to kind of lock her off a little bit, but she still managed to get by us, so we have to work on that. We knew that beating a good team twice is pretty hard to do, so we knew we had to change something, and just working harder. It really just got us the dub.
For you specifically, what was working so well?
Well, in the beginning, they had a lead, obviously, and then I just kept saying to myself, like, no matter what situation we were going to be in, we were going to win, and just to keep the team with good vibes and just have everyone have energy. It comes from the bench too. Our bench did really good with cheering and keeping us in the game today because there's a lot of noise, and we got to block that out if we want to win. And, yeah, I just kept telling myself that we were going to win in any situation. So.
Lastly, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring her up. Mia McBrien was a monster on the boards today as well.
Yeah.
When she's contributing in that factor, how good does that make your team?
Mia's a sophomore, so, like, there's a lot of pressure going on her, especially since Maya Khan's out. She's a very good player, Maya. When Mia's playing good, when she has the confidence, I feel like a lot of people around her have the confidence. I see how good she is because I think she's very underrated. When she goes in, gets fouled, gets us extra points, and I don't know, she had a really good game today. I'm very proud of her.
All right, Sophia, I'll let you go celebrate with the team. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
That's Sophia Vasselman, our player of the game, as Commack now a perfect 18-0 on the season with the win over Northport. That'll do it from Northport High School for our entire crew here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, led by executive producer Ben Turchin. Technical director is Becca Kazaks, Travis DeLuise, and Ron Pierre giving you the moving images. This is John Perez saying so long. This has been a presentation of Section 11 girls basketball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.